Cyberpunk has been in development for a cybillion years, and when the game finally came out, it was the biggest clusterfuck disappointment anyone has ever seen. But now, in 2025...
Ahead and play. Just don't forget, the game is fixed.
The first thing you see before you reach Night City is a dick in your face, literally, which actually sets the tone for the entirety of Night City. In a dystopian future where sex sells, it's only natural that the city is filled with moaning ads, strip clubs, sex shops, and hookers around every corner.
That'll keep you hard for hours. Hey, you're looking for...
Where's your cute little ass Russian?
The city's still really impressive though. My first thought was that the city would be a lot smaller, but it is massive. There is so much life in the city, and it is beautiful. Surprising and a letdown that there wasn't any futuristic casinos, drug labs, or mini-games. I feel like Night City is perfect to stuff full with them. I don't have the fanciest computer, and I sure as shit don't have the best computer, but Cyberpunk handles impressively well, maintaining a decent frame rate, but when the game lags, it lags hard. It was the DLC's biggest problem for me. Don't expect to see no glitches throughout your entire game. There's still glitches, but they're more funny than game breaking. The side quests in the game are pretty good. There's a creepy sex guns,
don't stop.
suicidal cars,
Cunt.
and funny talking vending machines.
Catch me? Why? Will I be falling?
But there seems to be a big gap between quality side quests and filler bullshit. The story was the big shitter, and by far my biggest letdown. There's so many characters with interesting backstories and lives tied together with quality animations and voice acting. But you don't get to see them live. Most of the dialogue for the main characters are just them explaining stupid bullshit that no one cares about. This one says fuck. I don't give a rat's ass how brain dances, black walls, and net running works. There's so much these characters offer that you just don't see. Not to mention the list of 100 stupid fucking words they added. After 2 playthroughs, I still don't understand any of them. It just makes the player feel left out. But there are times where the characters do feel alive and actually open up and talk like real people. It's just sad you really don't see more of it, but when you do, it really does feel special. Keanu Reeves isn't some shitty cameo used to promote the game. Instead, he is the best character in the whole game.
You start your visit at our world-class bar. Drinks are on the house.
Well then, got my first mission for you. Need you to neutralize 3 shots of tequila, stat.
He doesn't push some bullshit story down your throat. He makes jokes. He talks to you. Not like a character, but like a person. It's so refreshing to see him in every single cutscene he shows up in.
Thought she'd be collecting signatures and making peace protests, alright?
Naive.
Sadly, Star Wars The Phantom Menace transitions terribly, with V going from fighting the rich and powerful to saving the President of the United fucking States.
Save the president. Sure. No fucking problem.
And going on a secret CIA mission to save the world, throwing away everything you and Johnny were fighting for. Speaking of Johnny, in the DLC you're introduced to Songbird, which... I hate her, man. Come on. For the first 2 hours of the DLC, she instantly mutes Johnny and tries her absolute hardest to replace him. There is nothing likable about her. All she does is whine and cries about first world problems and lie to you throughout the entire DLC.
Wrinkles like this, when things don't go as planned.
And the gameplay. This is the only shit people care about. It's the best part of the game. There is so much build variety and tools the game gives you to work with, making you feel powerful no matter what you do. My biggest complaint with the gameplay is that it is buttfuck easy. I beat it twice on very hard and it still felt like a cakewalk. Every enemy just dies to one shot in the head and all the bosses are just shoot, run, heal, repeat, but that all changes in the DLC. The DLC has the opposite problem with the main game. With bullshit difficulty spikes, instead of making the enemies actually unique, it's just, oh, put more of them, give them more health, give them more damage. Which is the worst way to artificially inflate enemies. It just doesn't, it's not fun! But the final boss was my last straw. That shit pisses me off. The final boss felt more like a dice roll rather than an actual test of skill to see how much you've improved over the DLC, with all of his moves being either a one-shot or just a stupid long-ass cutscene that leaves you at 1 health, making you run away and hide for another hour and a half so you can heal. Driving. The driving sucks ass. When 70% of the entire game is driving around from place to place, it feels like a crime to have the driving suck ass as much as it does. The soundtrack is pretty good though, with 14 radio stations and 13 of them being boring dog shit. But that one, Moral Rock Radio, is the shit! Every song on that sounds like an actual song you'd hear on the radio, which impresses me that these were actually made for a video game. Despite all the major issues the game has, it's still enjoyable. V is just a fucking truck and feels powerful. With great world building, the game feels alive, with the biggest letdown being the story, which no patch can fix. It's pretty good, but it's not no masterpiece. I'll probably give it like a 7 out of 10.
Bum bum be dum bum bum be dum bum.